Now, in my last unboxing video, and that's what we're doing here today, I had 5 slabs, 2 9.6s, and a 9.4. It was crushing. It was devastating. It did get saved by a 9.8 Caitlin Clark Slam magazine cover. That was good. But I'm hoping for, not as many 9.6s in this box. They're emotionally draining for me. Some people give me a hard time. They're like, you cannot be really that upset about 9.6s. No, I really am that upset about 9.6s. Every single time I get one, I absolutely hate it. So, hoping for some 9.8s. Not a lot of 9.6s. 5 slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5 slabs in this box, all modern. One of my personal favorites, and you'll get a story time from Uncle Jim in here because, make sure these are facing the right way. Because one of them I've never owned before, and pretty cool, and it's, you know, something from my childhood, so that's going to be awesome. So, let's get started on this path, right? Well, you know what? There may be only one thing I hate more than 9.6s, and that's purple labels and green labels. It's a crappy way to start off a box with a green label. Gives me an opportunity to talk about labels. So, what we all get is the blue label. That's the universal label. That's the standard label from CGC. There's the yellow Signature Series label. There's another yellow that they're using with their authenticated autograph program, which is different than Signature Series. There is the purple restored label. That means restoration has been detected on that. And there's the green qualified label. That means there's a problem with this issue. And so that's what we've got here. And just felt like I got punched in the gut, so let's take a look. 6.5, Joe Montana Time Magazine, first cover. Oh, well, how the hell did I miss that? So you should get, don't always get, but you should get a note at the top that explains either the purple restoration or the green qualified. And page 51 is missing. How is one page missing, but the rest are not? It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know. Okay, page 51 missing. Joe Montana, Time Magazine cover. This came out on January 25th, 1982. Pop reports on this in a blue label. There's one 9.4. I do own that one. There's a 9.2, two 8.5s. I projected this at 6.5. Nailed it. Nailed my projection. But when I was pressing this, I obviously missed that there was a page missing. It must have been a very clean removal and not, you know, torn jagged edges, because I would have caught that. This stinks. Joe Montana, only athlete to ever be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, Time, and Newsweek all the same day. And that happened on January 25th, 1982. Joe Montana was on the cover of Time, Sports Illustrated, and Newsweek. I actually own all copies of all 3 of them. And no, don't come at me and say Secretariat was on the cover all 3 weeks in 1970. No, Secretariat's not an athlete. It's a horse. There's a difference. Horses are not athletes. I don't care if he was the greatest racehorse of all time. Secretariat's not an athlete. Joe Montana, the only athlete to be on the cover of Time, Newsweek, and Sports Illustrated, all on the very same day. This green label, 6.5, stinks. Let's move on before I start getting really angry. Okay, next up. Man, that green label. Oh, it matches my shirt. Oh, I just realized that. I'm not superstitious, I swear to God. Look at that. It's the same damn color. Well, you can be sure this is the last time I ever wear this shirt in an unboxing video. It's the green label shirt. Found out the problem. Next up. Okay, 9.2, not bad. I'll take this. This is an earlier LeBron Sports Illustrated cover. This is the LeBron Arrives issue. Came out on June 11th, 2007. There are 3 9.4s. There are now 2 9.2s and a 9.0. I projected this at a 9.4. This came out as LeBron made his first NBA Finals, because that's what happened in 2007. Of course, they were swept that year by the San Antonio Spurs. I found, doing some research on this, I looked at that 2007 Cavs team, which was terrible. I mean, LeBron carried them to the finals, obviously. LeBron was the fourth highest paid player on that Cavs team this year. LeBron made $6 million that year. Drew Gordon, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and Larry Hughes all made more than LeBron, and Larry Hughes was the highest paid athlete at $13 million, double what LeBron made in that year. Tough issue to get in a high grade. Like I said, 9.4 is the best. Why am I looking at all of these? Anytime it's not a 9.8, I'm like, what's wrong? How can I fix it? Maybe a crack and press. I have to dig into that one a little bit more. Okay, that's better. At least that wasn't a green label. Okay. I do have one or two that have a shot at 9.8, so just going to warm it up a little bit. Next up. That's pretty good. Gonna take that one all day long. This is such a great looking cover. Dennis Rodman on the Lakers, March 8th, 1999. Pop reports, top pop. There's one 9.4, and I got it in my stinking hands right here. There's a 9.0. There's a few others. Projected this at 9.2, so glad to see this come in a little ahead of my projection. Yeah, there's a little color break on the front. That's what got me. I'm a big Dennis Rodman fan. Big Dennis Rodman fan. I love all his Sports Illustrated covers. I just think this one is so cool. Got that, what's he doing? Jumping, doing something. His legs are apart. He's got the ball in his hands. I mean, that is just a great looking cover. After the Bulls' second three-peat ended in 1998, of course, there was a strike and shortened season. Dennis Rodman goes to LA, plays with Kobe. I just think that's so cool. Dennis and Kobe played for a year together. They did not win the championship that year in 99. And then in 2000, he played for the Dallas Mavericks before retiring for good. Let's go check out some Dennis Rodman highlights.
Dennis Rodman. Unbelievable hustle play by Rodman.
He just wants it a little bit more than everybody else right now.
That's what Dennis does. He does it better than anybody in the league.
Shot clock at 8. Dennis over the head. Slam! Count the slam and the foul. Rebound kept alive by Rodman, and Barkley deep in the left corner, and Rodman pulls it down. Here goes the lucky jersey. Oh, he got the green here. He just flipped it out though. Get out of bounds.
And Rodman with his ninth rebound. Firing down.
Slam though by Dennis Rodman. Oh, by Dennis. Just shoot it. Hello, Dennis with 10 points. Out to Rodman for 3. Hey, Dennis! And guess what we've got here?
And they take the ball away. Hornacek throws it right to Rodman, and Jordan is all alone, and he saunters in.
That's winning basketball. Those are the plays that Dennis Rodman does to make his team great.
That's what basketball's all about. People like to see stuff like that, little activity. That's the way it should be, Don't contain it or something, just let them go. Let them be wild and free, baby.
Always good when you can get the top pop. 9.4. Pop 1, none graded higher, of Dennis Rodman on the Lakers in a Lakers uniform. I just think that's cool. I mean, you forget Dennis played for the Lakers. I totally forgot he played for the Mavericks. I think of him as, I think of him Detroit and San Antonio and Chicago. So it's cool to have a copy of him in a Lakers uniform. Okay, next two got good shots at 9.8. No 9.6s. No 9.6s. You dog. Come on. Man, that stinks. Seen one of these recently. I came into a collection recently that had a bunch of copies of this. Must have been a big Spurs fan. This is San Antonio Spurs, 1991, their first title. This is Sports Illustrated Presents. There's now 3 9.6s. I projected this at a 9.6. That's only because I don't project 9.8s anymore. It was the first title in franchise history in 1991. They went on to win 5 total titles in 15 years. The Spurs and Popovich and Duncan and Robinson and all those guys were amazing and had a great run there in the 2000s. That 9.6 unfortunately stinks. All right, here we go. I don't want to say, I mean, it was a good box. I mean, the Montana stunk with the green label, but the LeBron was decent at 9.2. The Rodman at 9.4, I loved. 9.6 Spurs. Oh, do you see the progression? I had a 9.2, a 9.4, 9.6. This is going to be a 9.8. Oh, now I'm good. Oh, I just realized that little pattern there. Okay, let's take a look at it, because this is a 9.8. Get ready, little buddy. We're going to party. Get ready. Oh, come. You suck. Oh, grr. This was the one I wanted. I don't like the labeling on this. All right. Sports Illustrated. That's Rick Sutcliffe and Dwight Gooden. This came out on September 24th, 1984. 9.6 is the top pop. It's a pop 1, none higher. There's a 9.0. There's 3 8.5s. There's an 8.0. It's the first cover for each. I don't like the labeling because the labeling is this is what it says: Rick Sutcliffe and first Dwight Gooden Sports Illustrated cover. It's they've identified Dwight Gooden as his first cover, but it's Rick Sutcliffe's first cover too. A big Cubs fan. Grew up in the far north suburbs of Chicago. Used to come home from school every day, watch the Cubs on WGN. 1984, 10-year-old little Jim. The Cubs were everything, and they absolutely broke my heart in 1984. They hadn't made the playoffs in 30-plus years at that point in time, since the 50s. They finally make the playoffs. They're playing the San Diego Padres. They go up 2-0, 5-game series in the first round back then. 2-0. All you gotta do is win one more game, and we're going to the World Series. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Padres come back and win 3 straight games, and that was the end of the glorious 1984 season for the Chicago Cubs. 10-year-old Jim crying on the kitchen floor because his, sports dreams were just dashed. That scarred me. The 84 Cubs, just like this 9.6 has scarred me, the 84 Cubs scarred me. And let me tell you about why. Steve Garvey was the devil for the Cubs in that series. Just kicked our ass up and down in those last 3 games that the Padres won. So one time, I used to go to Las Vegas for work all the time, like once, twice a year at the very least, for like 20 years. So it's always in Vegas. And if you know Vegas, I was walking through the Forum Shops, the Caesar Forum Shops, which is like a little mall attached to Caesar's Palace. I was going somewhere, and there's a very famous sports card shop in the Forum Shops in Las Vegas. And they're always either have somebody while you're walking by, like a big star signing autographs, so they're always advertising. Pete Rose was always there forever, Bo Jackson, all these stars and all this stuff. I'm walking by, and this is a business trip for me, so I'm going somewhere, and I'm dressed in my business attire and that sort of stuff, and thinking work, and I walk by the sports card shop, and I come up, and it says Steve Garvey signing. And I look in there, and it's happening right now. Steve Garvey's sitting at a table. I had to turn and walk the other way, because if I had kept going, I would have walked into that sports card shop. I would have punched Steve Garvey in the face. A grown-ass man, 30, 40 years later, after 1984, I had to turn away because I don't know if I would have been able to control myself. I would have punched Steve Garvey right in his ugly face. Things got dark there real quick, didn't they? That's how much that 1984 Cubs team broke me. A little bit of redemption in 2016 when we finally got our World Series, but man, that 84 Cubs team, I still harbor pain from that. I've got pain from this 9.6, but this was a fun unboxing video. Follow me on social media. You really need to join our Facebook group. Just do it right now. You're probably watching this video on your phone. You should open Facebook, you search CGC Sports Illustrated, you go to join the group, we'll let you in. It's a great conversation with all of us that are talking about the graded magazine hobby. Thanks for listening so much and watching, and we'll do it again soon.